disruptive. Okay, no disruptions. Stay down and be good. That's a disruption. Hi everyone, welcome back to Novel iDeea. My name is iDeea, and today we are going to go over my plans for August. My plans for August started out really minimally. Now they kind of blew up. Let's go with that. They kind of have expanded and gained a life of their own. So I'm going to tell you about the definite things, because I'm sure there will be all kinds of mood readings still. I'm still flying on the high of Joy reading June and celebrating Alice, and I just am loving it so much. I'm really trying to keep my commitment to a minimal so that I can just read and read and read whatever I want, whatever hits my fancy. So let's get started, shall we? It's a beautiful day here in North Idaho. We are probably in the high 80s today, maybe low 90s, but I think by the end of the day we're going to be mid 90s. So anyway, it's wonderful. I'm still drinking hot tea. Go figure. This is my kind of go-to in the summertime. This is a blackberry sage tea. She brought me her toy, but we're not going to do that. Lay down. Good girl. If you hear somebody panting uncontrollably, it's because she really wants to play. All right, so I have my notes. Hopefully I will not forget anything. If I have a buddy read planned with you and I don't mention it, please get in contact with me, because I think I have everybody, but because I tried to write them down as I was going, but I'm not foolproof. So, all right, first one is Lioness Rampant. It's in at the library. I haven't gone to pick it up yet, but it's in. And that is part of our Tortola Long. It's the final book in the Song of the Lioness series, and it's by Tamora Pierce, or Tamora Pierce. I always want to say Tamora. I don't know why. Tamora Pierce. And I am doing that with Christy from Dostoevsky in Space and Victoria from A Musical Bookworm. And it is the final number 4 book in that series, and I will be reading that in August in preparation for our September one. So I try to read them like a month before I actually need to. So yeah. First one is Old Herbaceous. This is by Reginald Arkell. And this is the pick for Tiffany's Patreon for the month of August. I'm so glad this won. I am so glad this won. It says it is a delightful story. Its seriousness is dispelled by Arkell's mischievous sense of humor. So I have hopes that this is going to be kind of fun, but also beautiful, spending time in the garden. Look at this garden on the cover. What a great cover. So really looking forward to that. My friend Courtney from Courtney Reads and I are going to be reading The Captain's Daughter and Other Stories by Alexander Pushkin. And we were just basically looking for a buddy read, and I'm like, well, I have this book, I have this book, I have this book. She's like, I have that one. Why don't we do that one? So that's how we landed on Alexander Pushkin's Captain's Daughter. This one is Mornings at 7 by Malpass, And this is the first book in the Tales of the Pentecost family. And I heard about this through someone on BookTube. I think it might have been Gina Stanier, who probably heard about it from someone else. But when I went to read about it, it just sounded like something that was kind of right up my alley. And I thought this is also would make a great buddy read. So I bought 2 of these and I sent one to Tiffany. It says 3 generations of the Pentecost family live in a state of permanent disarray in a huge, sprawling farmhouse. 7-year-old Gaylord Pentecost is the innocent hero who observes the lives of the adults, Grandpa, Mama, and Papa, 2 aunties, with amusement and incredulity. So we will see how we get along with this, but I'm reading this with Tiffany, and I'm really looking forward to a buddy read with her. My friend Sandra, who I usually read Gabrielle Waugh with, contacted me and said, I've been told that I should read this book. Have you ever heard of it? And I said, no, I've never heard of it. And my library had it. And I said, well, it's coming in on this day, so if we could plan to read it around this time, that would be great. And she said, okay, well, I've got some other things going on, but I'm sure I can swing it, and we'll make a buddy read of it. Well, then I happened to find the book out in the wild. And so I went ahead and picked it up, and that way we don't have to rush it. But I think at the end of the month, we're gonna try to do this. This is Who Has Seen the Wind by W.O. Mitchell. He's a Canadian author, and I've never read him before. Love the cover. I think it's so beautiful. I'm a sucker for sunrise sunsets, so really looking forward to finding out how I get along with him on the page and meeting him for the first time on page. I think it'll be lovely. If she has been told to read it by someone that she trusts, then I have every hope that this is going to be just a fabulous read. It's not super short. It's longer than most of our buddy reads are. This is almost 400 pages. My niece, I just saw in Washington when we went for James's parents' 50th wedding anniversary celebration. It was just our family, but there were 24 of us, so we had a house full. But she brought me the second book in the Ormdale, Secret of Ormdale books. So Wormwood Abbey was book 1. This is Drake Hall, and I enjoyed Wormwood Abbey. I thought it was really nice. I didn't think it was anything spectacular or anything, but it surprised me. So because I enjoyed Wormwood so much, I'm looking forward to Drake Hall and finding out if I like this one as much as I did the last one. I will be reading Chess Story, which is by Zweig, and it's on its way to me. I picked it up with some gift money that I had, and so it's on its way, and it'll be here in plenty of time. So I will be reading that. I heard about it from Aaron Read a Book, Aaron Read a Book, or Aaron Read a Book, Aaron Read a Book, and the way that he talked about it sounded like it was something that I would probably really enjoy, and so I'm hopeful that that will be the case, and looking forward to reading that. I did not get to The Lost Traveler by Antonia White this last month in July, and so I will be picking this up probably first in the month of August. Something that is a definite, but I don't know which one of these as the definite. So Chantel Reads All Day, her Read Your Bookshelf Challenge is the prompt for this month is space. And I have 3 choices, and they're different kinds of space. So the first one that I have is Pat Murphy, There and Back Again. I think I also heard about this from Aaron, but I'm not positive about that. I heard about it from someone, and what's funny is I had just picked it up at a little free library. So yeah, this is a reimagining of The Hobbit in space. And then I also have Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? This is by Philip K. Dick. Maybe a little more of a dystopian feel, but it's like immigrants to Mars received androids so sophisticated it was impossible to tell them from true men or women. And so I figured, since it was going to Mars, that it counted for space. And then this one is more about like the space around us and this sense of space. And this is Wallace Stegner's Where the Bluebird Sings to the Lemonade Springs, Living and Writing in the West. And so this one could go for space, this one could go for space, or this one could go for space. I don't know which one, or if I'll read them all, maybe, but more than likely no. And then some that I don't have in my hands, but I have on hold at the library. And so if they come in, as they come in, I might read those. And that is, the first one is The Art Thief by Finkel. And I believe this is a nonfiction. And I think it was up for an award this last year. And I don't know what that award was, but it could possibly end up being read this month if it comes in from the library. The Life You Save May Be Your Own by, I think it's Paul Elie. All of Grace by Charles Spurgeon is another one, which I actually have on my shelf, but I was able to put a hold on the audio, so I'm hoping to immersion read that one. Don't Sleep, There Are Snakes, and this is by Everett, and I can't remember where I heard about this one from either. And then lastly, Post Captain, which is by Patrick O'Brien, and this is not a true story, it's historical fiction, I believe. So, and I think I also heard about that one from Aaron. Aaron's just having a month on my channel, I guess. Anyway, those are like some ideas for things that I might be reading, depending on whether or not the library brings them in on time. We will see. So those are some of my plans anyway. I'm sure there will be more. I can't remember how many I read this last month. I think it was like 25 again, maybe 26 books in July. Yeah, it was a lot. Part of the reason for that is because I'm still playing summer book bingo, and I have blacked out a board in June and I have blacked out a board in July. So I'm looking to black out a board in August as well. I did not do that last August, but that's okay. I don't know if it's going to happen this August. We will see how busy August is, but I do have a little vacation time coming up with my husband, and we are going to a remote cabin in the woods close to the lake. So I don't know what else I will be doing besides reading and sitting in the sunshine and watching the wildlife. So I'm sure that I'll get some good reading done during that time. So that is everything from me. I hope you are really looking forward to August. I know that Garbogust is happening. I'm wondering if I end up reading this, if this isn't going to end up being for Garbogust as well as Chantel Reads All Days Read Your Bookshelf Challenge. I really have no, I mean, this cover is just odd. So I'm assuming that she's somebody like Sauron, because if it's, well, no, this is a retelling of The Hobbit, so that can't be Sauron. I don't know. Anyway, and we'll see. We'll just see. But I'm wondering if that might not be like a Garbogust book. Love to know what you are participating in, what your, August plans are for participation in any of the events that are going on. If you are participating in any of them, I would love to hear from you, whatever you want to tell me about. Have you read any of these books? Do any of them look good? Are you intrigued by any of them? Is there something that you're really looking forward to reading in August? Tell me everything. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye. Poppy says bye-bye too. Bye-bye.